Ladies and gentlemen, in the red corner, from Manchester, Des Gargano. In the blue corner, from
I'm on main.
Belfast,
I'm on main.
John Lowy.
I'm on main now. That's Gargano. And Lowy's the other guy, obviously. That's Lowy with the tattoos.
Your
That's him.
referee, Mr. David Evans.
He was actually there. He wants to see it. I'm actually trying to get the drink. No, no, no. No, it'll be fine, Bob.
The ninth professional fight then of John Lowy, the former Ulster and Irish senior amateur bantamweight champion. That's Lowy in the blue shorts with his surname emblazoned on his trunks. The tattooed man from Belfast, the 23-year-old, as Gargano from Manchester, has been around a long time, a pro since January 1985. This is his 59th professional fight, and for Lowy it's just his 9th. And he's won all 8 so far, 3 of them inside the distance. Lowy from Belfast, one of Ireland's most successful boxers in the Seoul Olympic Games in 1988. Has stopped 3 of his opponents. This contest scheduled for 8 3-minute rounds. And Lowy, according to manager B.J. Eastwood, hopes to, within the year, be challenging for the British title. He's rated number 5 at the moment and has moved up very successfully. Would a disturbing tendency, Lowy, to cut? Well, he can punch as well, and that was a good left hand that put Des Gargano down. Gargano grimaced and looked at referee Dave Irving. Gargano obviously sensing that John Lowy can punch a bit. He's trying to keep out of his way, and when they do come together, he's holding. Well, we're looking very confident. Gargano in the corner, managed by Matt Basso. 58 contests, he's won only 16, drawn 2, and lost 40. So his career really hasn't taken off, and he looked as if he might have been taken out of the ring just about a minute or so into that first round. John Lowy tracking him down and catching him with a very good little left hand and putting him down in the neutral corner. John Lowy, tattoos all over the place, and just perhaps working out there what he's going to do in the second round. Former Ulster and Irish amateur bantamweight champion. A rather tentative start by John Lowy, despite knocking his man Des Gargano in the black shorts down very briefly in the first round. Lowy turned professional immediately upon his return from the Seoul Olympic Games and has gone through 8 professional contests unbeaten. Gargano, well, one of the real journeymen of British professional boxing. Seems like so many others, like Seamus Casey, seems to fight every other week. And the King's Hall crowd, I think, would prefer if he had come here to fight rather than to run. or slip. David Irving, the referee, a former professional himself and a pretty useful Irish amateur in his day, has just got his referee's license within the last 6 months. Well, Gargano seems to be affected by the sort of twitch of John Lowy's eyebrow, because I don't think there's much of a punch thrown there. I have a feeling it's only a matter of time before Lowy catches up with this man. Well, Gargano doesn't look as if he's got a great deal to offer. But Lowy's going to have to step up his work rate. And another fairly unsatisfactory round, all concerned. So will they bring in Rod Douglas? Rod, it must be fairly frustrating for someone like John Lowy to have somebody who really doesn't want to come to grips with him.
That's right, he's boxing very well, very tidy in the last 2 rounds. He's cutting off the ring very much, so Gargano's finding it very hard because he's covering a lot of mileage in the ring.
I think the referee might say to Gargano, stop running away and do a bit of boxing. What do you think?
I think he should make everybody happy.
Well, with Gargano coming up through 60 fights and really hasn't had a terribly impressive career to date, but at least he's come here. John Lowy looking very comfortable, and I think the message from the Lowy corner must be to come forward and to do something about Gargano. Gargano has been anything but positive all the way through, trying to keep out of Lowy's way. Right from the word go. And I have a feeling one good punch from Lowy could end this contest. Lowy using the left almost continuously, hasn't really thrown a right hand since the beginning of this fight. One or two people in the King's Hall encouraging Lowy to throw the right hand. But well, Gargano really is just making a bit of a nonsense of this. Minute gone in the third. Body shot from Lowy. And Dave Irving asking Gargano just to do a bit of boxing. Have a word in his ear, referee, as the advice proffered from a gentleman in the crowd not too far away from us. 10 seconds to go. Had these been 3-minute rounds, then it might have been different, but Lowy just hasn't really had time to shut his man down. And there again, Des Gargano has frustrated the efforts of John Lowy. His ambitions are set on a British bantamweight title fight before the end of this year. Gargano's been in with some reasonably good boxers. He's lost 3 times to Pat Clinton, reigning British flyweight champion. And he's also been in with Ayub Khan from Denmark, European champion. He lost to Khan in 1988. But in 58 contests, Gargano has only been stopped once. And John Lowy hasn't really looked as if he's going to stop him so far. Finished up with a good left hand to the body of Gargano. Into the fourth round of this bantamweight contest, Belfast John Lowy coming in at 8 stone 7. His opponent Des Gargano, 3.5 pounds heavier, 8'10.5". But all through his career, Gargano has fluctuated in weight considerably. He's got down to flyweight, and he's moved up almost to featherweight. Good left that time from Lowy. Not perhaps as clean as he would have wished it. And signs of frustration coming into Lowy's boxing. He's really quite fed up with Gargano's unorthodox and somewhat elusive tactics. Lowy still giving Gargano a little bit too much room in this big World Championship size ring. There again, the familiar pattern. Gargano on the retreat. Lowy almost foot tripping him. Final 10 seconds of the fourth round, and the pattern very much as before. Yes, just watch the foot trip from David Irving to John Lowy, who goes back to his corner somewhat dejectedly. So Rod Douglas, once again, the pattern as before. Lowy must be getting very, very frustrated, and perhaps if he's going to challenge for a British title, he really should be able to polish off opponents like Des Gargano.
Yeah. His problem is where he's cutting off the ring very well against Gargano, but he's coming in directly at him in a straight line. If he would sidestep and throw a step, a 1-2 or a combination coming from a different angle instead of coming straight on, he'd have much better effect.
He's not really using his right hand at all, is he?
Not at all. He's not getting the right distance, or not getting the right angle to throw the right punch hand. Right hand punch, sorry.
Well, I wonder if John Lowy has taken some very, very sound advice indeed from Rod Douglas. And as the contest moves into the second half, John Lowy's best performance in his 8-fight professional career so far was a very good win over the experienced Rocky Lawler in Wembley last year. He was in action only a month ago at a 6-round points win over Glasgow's Gordon Shaw. But if he's going to keep his British title aspirations very much going, he needs an impressive win against an awkward opponent. Gargano seems to be slipping a bit. There's the right coming in from Lowy, but Gargano's moving around away from it. Again, Lowy missing. That was a good jab. Half a minute remaining of the 5th round. Well, he doesn't really seem to be pressing home his attacks. He's throwing with somewhat temperate left hands, and he's not really following it up. There's Gargano, first professional fight in January 1985. He lost 2 in a row to Sugar Gilbiru, and has really, well, ploughed along since then. He's lost 40 out of 58, he's won 16, and he's drawn 2, but he's making life very, very difficult and highly frustrating for this man, John Lowy, who's a fair old smearing of grease from his trainer. What we need is some funky soul music. The 6th and final round then, according to the MC. John Lowy, the local boy from Belfast, formerly with the Ledley Hall Amateur Club. A fine amateur he was indeed, and had some rare battles with the other great Irish bantamweight of recent times, Roy Nash from Derry, and beat Nash in the Ulster and Irish finals, and then an Olympic box off to go to Seoul. What a frustrating evening it's been for Lowy. He's doing his best to catch up with Gargano, who doesn't seem to have much in the way of grips in the soles of his feet. I just wondered, does John Lowy have a problem with that right hand of his, because he doesn't seem to have used it at all. And David Irving, I think, is stopping this contest. Well, I didn't think Gargano was under a great deal of pressure. I might have stopped it for non-combativity, as the Americans might put it. However, David Irving has stopped it. Gargano is pleading his case. There was nothing wrong with me at all. I was having a nice evening dancing around the ring. But there you go. John Lowy looking less than happy with the way things turned out, but he takes his record to 9 consecutive wins.
From Dublin, boxing out of Belfast,